Assalamu alaikum and greetings everyone. Hope you are doing well. First of all, thank you for joining us today for the webinar organized by IEEE KIET Student Branch 2021. We are extremely overwhelmed to have you all here with us today. I am Anam Shafiq, Director Team Documentation at IEEE KIET Student Branch for the tenure of 2021 to 2022. And I will be your host for this event. And on behalf of IEEE KIET Student Branch, I humbly welcome you all to this webinar. Adil Usman has been confirmed with an award of PhD degree from Indian Institute of Technology, Mandi, India. He is currently doing his postdoctoral research along with being teaching staff at University of California, Santa Cruz, US. His research area interests include design, condition monitoring of electrical machines, battery management systems in hybrid electric vehicles, and sustainable development goals of the United Nations. He has been an active volunteer for IEEE for more than a decade and holds several responsibilities in capacity of IEEE MGA Student Professional Awareness Chair for Region 1 to 10 from 2019 to 2021. He is a senior member of IEEE and associate member of MPIDSA Ministry of Defense Government of India. Adil Usman is a member of the Technical Review Committee for Transaction on Industry Application Society, Industrial Electronics Society, Power Electronics Society, and IEEE Access. He is also a member of Technical Program Committee for many IEEE conferences such as GHTC and CESTAC in US. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us today. Before we begin, all our participants are requested to keep their mics and videos turned off during the entire session. We will have a question and answer session at the end in which you can raise your hand and the host will give you the opportunity to ask your question. You can also send any question or message to the host through the chat with your name and affiliation at the end. Now, without further ado, we will hand over control to our most esteemed speaker, Mr. Adil Usman.
Yeah, so good afternoon to one and all present here. Thanks, Anam, for the brief introduction. I think I am audible to all, and I'll probably be sharing my screen so that you can.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah, and how about my screen? Is it?
It's visible too. You can continue now.
Yeah, so first of all, I just would like to thank IEEE KIET for inviting me for a talk on professional awareness while you graduate. So I am a chair for IEEE professional awareness activity, like which take care of the professional bodies within the IEEE, and it is nothing related to the technical aspect. The main motivation of IEEE SPA X is like making you professionally advanced before you graduate, and that is something like you are there in the university today, because tomorrow, like you have your career in like industries or in academic situations where you would be probably dealing with the professional life. So going along with other aspects of IEEE, there was a motivation behind of enhancing the students with the professional growth. So IEEE SPIEX came into existence like decades back, and it has been very common and very vital for student professional body. And I have been taking care of SPIEX like for past 3 years, and it's like an opportunity and a privilege for me to give a direct presentation and have an interaction. So my presentation would be like probably be brief because I just wanted to highlight the key points, and but then I will be more interested in taking some questions from you, and it will be more good like if there are some very relevant and very basic things which you wanted to get clarified today. So I am here available today for the complete session, and it would be great getting from you back. So as I was mentioning, the main objective of SPIEX, IEEE SPIEX, it's like a student initiative. It's something uh, like for an instance, we can say that today's event, if you see, just the team of the Anam and all those student representatives, they have taken an initiative in organizing this event. So ultimately, it's a student initiative. That's what we want to promote, and that is what we encourage as well. Then it has to come from the student branch. Like any activity which has to be done, it doesn't come from the section. You are like free in your student branch to host any SPIEX event, any SPIEX activity which which you want to do in your student branch, and you seek some support from us. So IEEE Spikes provide you the opportunity in terms of funding, which is the direct fund, which comes through the section. And then we give you the speaker. Like today, like I am a speaker. If tomorrow again you want to organize such Spikes activity or virtual speaker bureau, whatever, like it's like a collaborative team, we can provide you the speaker which you are looking for. I mean, we have a full bureau and full data of speakers available across the globe. Whomsoever you want, in whatever area you want, they are available on site. And if you want us to coordinate with them, they are available to us. And what is the other objective? Like once you are about to graduate, like in your fourth year or third year, you are going to enter into the industry. So it's basically we focus like before you graduate, you should know what actually the world where you are going to enter now after doing your engineering. You should know what is the scenario environment exists there. So we try to bridge the gap. We try to bridge the gap between the industry and the academic. And how we do that? We have the speakers from various industries. We get the speaker to your student branch. I mean, you can invite them, you can take support from us, you can get the speakers in whatever branch you're looking for. Just because of COVID and pandemic, people are like going online and going to it. But ultimately, the normal trend is they visit your campus. They come, they give a talk. They have a direct interaction physically with you, and then like that way you develop some collaboration and some terms and some relations with them in order to seek some future opportunities with them. Fourth thing is like career counseling. We have a provision like how to make resume, how to make your CV while you are graduating. So we have such options available. There are like some demo sessions where you can get to know like how effective you can prepare your CV before you apply to any job opportunities or any academic opportunities or any research opportunities. Then pre-exposure to the industry environment that we give to the people, like before they graduate, they will be aware of it, like how it goes, like what the companies, what the industries are expecting. Because you are in a university, you are in a college, you may not know what they are expecting. You are going by your syllabus, you are going by the things which have been taught, but ultimately there are some problem statements available in the industries. If those you take actually, then ultimately you have more possible chances to get into that industry as a part of their team. So that you get to know in advance while you are graduating, and that you only get to know once you get a person from there, when you get some information from the industry, because nobody entertains anybody to enter the industry or get the data lead. But IEEE Spikes provide you that common platform which brings the two bodies, the university and the industry, together. And that is what we aim for. And then, yeah, management and administrative skills that you develop. And because that is ultimately you will be doing, though how much ever technical you become, ultimately you have to manage wherever department or the industry you are going to work. You have to have the management and administrative skills. And that you develop by such interactions, such meetings, such events, and such organizations. So these are the main important objectives of SPIX by which we are functioning, and we are supporting the student branches like you. Yeah, the motivation ultimately is non-technical. We don't fund you for like power electronics. We don't support you for power system, computer science, like programming. We don't have to deal with them. There are other bodies within IEEE. They are taking care of that. We are purely professional. So that way, what we do, it can be a combination between like technical and non-technical, but basically we focus on the non-technical part. So we want to develop the student leadership at the university level. Like the people who have organized this event, they are developing that leadership quality to lead from the front. And ultimately, you being a patient listener, you're also getting to know how the things are organized and how it works. Tomorrow, like when you go to some industry or some university, you yourself can take the initiative. And that is what we want the student before they graduate. They should be a leader of tomorrow. Direct interaction with the industry, because that you get from here. It's very difficult to get contact from the industry, but through Spikes we have the contact already in our data, and the only thing is you just need to get on board to your university or through this online platform. But that you get when there is a someone who interlinks you with. with them, and we are the like right people who does that. But the only thing is you have to filter. You have to see from a database whom you are looking for and which part of the world. Right now, like since it's like a virtual and everything is online, it's again an blessing in disguise. It's like some opportunity for you guys. Like you can get anyone from anywhere. Right now, I am giving a talk from US, but probably if this was not virtual or online, I wouldn't have visited your country, and because it would have taken a lot of money, time, travel, everything. But since it's online, anybody can give a talk, so you're not restricted to your region as well. Then you get a platform for pre-placement collaboration. So once somebody from the industry comes and you have a good interaction relation with them, you can have a pre-collaboration for placement, because that's what people generally aim for, and that is what they call people from various and different universities, industries, that they should visit the university, and then they can grab that opportunity in converting them into the internship opportunities and also the placement. So awareness about the industrial requirements, yeah, that I already mentioned. When somebody comes from the industry and gives a talk, he or she, if you ask or not, he will or she will definitely tell you what problems we are looking for, what the solutions we are looking for. We have this problem, we have this problem, we have this problem. We are finding the solution. Students who are in the pre-graduate level or in the graduation level, they can take such challenges, such problem statement as a part of the project work. They can do, and they can show to the university, or they can industry, or they can collaborate. And once their work is done, they can take you, hire you, because you already solved their problem. So that is something. Knowing the problem statement is a very big thing. Right now, like if I am here, I don't know what may be going on in Google, what research they are doing. We don't know. But once I get to know, if I start working in that direction, I will have fair chances of getting recruited there or getting into the industry. So that way you get that opportunity here. Then you will get to know workplace ethics, because right now you are in industry or when you are in colleges, you don't know what environment is there in the when you work somewhere. There are different ethics. I mean, they are totally different from what you are doing now. Ethics are there everywhere, but what are the workplace ethics that you learn from such exposure? And entrepreneur leadership, that ultimately our final goal, what we aim for the students when they are involved in IEEE SPIKE or professionally related bodies like IEEE MGA SAC or SPIKE. So already I mentioned academic and industry interaction. So since I'm saying like you will be benefited out of like with the industry opportunity, but it's not like a one-way process, it's a two-way process. If you are getting benefits out of industry also gets benefit out of you. And how that happens, like you get a speaker from industry, it helps academia, that somebody is coming from the industry side. Then you get a pre-industrial exposure, obviously, that you cannot get if you are in a university, because you have lab, you have classroom, you don't have industry level things going on. So that pre-industrial exposure you get only when you have industry in that. Preparation of being a YP. Now you are a GSM, graduate student member, or just a student member. Once you graduate, you automatically become a young professional. And young professional itself means a professional, right? So that way you get yourself prepared to this spike. And then meeting the industry requirement that already I mentioned, like what the industries are looking for, that you get an opportunity to look before you graduate. Now, what and funds and sponsorship? Yeah, definitely, because if somebody industry is there, they will give you fund for your project, small projects and long-term projects. They have a lot of funds, they will give you. What industry is getting out of you? They are getting the interns requirement. They need some interns. Why? Because they want to pay less for certain problem statements. If they hire a full-time employee, they have to pay more. And for the interns, they have to pay less. And that less is more for a student. That itself, like, so they get that requirement fulfilled through you. This problem statement is solved. They get a variety of ideas on that statement, what they are having, and they get plenty of proposals, and it works out for them. Then also the research statement. Like, let's say they are already having one problem statement, and then you, instead of giving a solution to it, you itself give a new research statement to them. So that way they will think, yeah, this is more like effective and significant, and they work upon that. So it works like in a collaboration, and it's actually practically happening. And that is what like IEEE Spike want to bring that awareness in the student branches and the students who are yet to enter the world of industries or like in the professional world. Expectations, like if you want such things to happen, you will come to us, you will will apply applications and you will write to us that we want to organize some spikes applications and we want to organize a spikes event and we want a speaker, we want funds. What we expect out of it? We expect that it should be a non-technical event. Like somebody definitely should be coming from industry. He can or she can be from academy as well. That hardly matters. And then meeting the student requirement. Yeah. So it should be like it should the application should come from the student branch. It should be totally having the student body representative. How much attendees would be there? So we see all those perspectives. Like if it is a large gathering, if it is a 2 days event, if more than one speaker is coming, that's a very important part when we filter and review the application. Then we give you the matching funds. We give you the funds maximum to 4 to 500 and dollars, and then it's like minimum 100. Also, we give sometimes we give 50 when there is no meets at all. And that way, like how effective your application is, how effective your event is, based on that we give you the matching funding because we see who else is sponsoring you. So that is our expectation before we give the approval. Then finally, events and series. So let me say like today's event is just like I came and I gave a talk and I went off. If it was a series of events, like after me there was another speaker, then after him then there was another speaker, like a series of events going on in a day. And then if today me, tomorrow someone, then the after tomorrow someone, like 3 days event, four every day, two to three speakers, it gives more effectiveness to your event. Secondly, it adds more weightage to your application, and secondly, it adds more activities for in our portal as well. That so many things are happening across the globe, and so many people are being involved in such things. And you also get a diversity of speakers. It's not just only one company you call for. You can call n number of companies, like 6 companies and 6 days, or 6 companies 3 days, two speakers each day. So you get to know the mindset and idea and the statements in every field what is happening, and it could be different companies, it could be different areas as well. Maybe you know or not, there are like some student branches who are organizing conferences on IT qualifier. They are organizing the congress, they are organizing the conclave. So it is like 3 to 4 days event where it's a big crowding, big crowd comes like from different universities and colleges. They open a registration fees and they get the tickets collected, and such effective speakers are invited to give a talk. Then people from the other universities and colleges are interested to attend because they won't have that much clarity. My voice is not clear. Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir. Your voice is a little bit.
Okay. You okay? Fine. I'll try to be more audible.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So second thing is, yeah, so that was my point. Like if you try to make your events into conferences, convert them into conclave, and it should be more than one speaker, it should be more than one day, then it gives the more effectiveness to your event also and to the application having a fair chance of approval. Then resources and supports from Spire. So now you will ask, sir, what we can provide. What we can provide is first thing is we give you the matching fund. So that's something that is very important for any event to be organized. Then promotion and reporting. That is the second thing we do. We give the promotion. So whatever event you are doing, whatever call for uh, application or event you do, whatever the poster and banners you make, we also put in our portal. We have Collaboratech, we have Instagram, we have LinkedIn pages, we have Facebook stories. So we put everywhere what your event is going to happen. So the visibility is there globally. That's something we do in our channel because our is the like official page in Facebook. So that is seen by all the student branches and stack chapters across the globe. So once we post your event there, so it's been seen by all. And then supporting from the regional coordinator. So we have now the regional coordinators for SPIEX in every region. So they will improve the applications if it doesn't fit for approval. So they give you the support. They also help you in getting the speaker if it is not available. So that is how we give the support. And then virtual speaker bureau. Like this is the I think the portal from where you got me, and this is the portal where you can get so many people who are available. And this virtual speaker bureau means they are having a speaker virtually available. And this happened not because of the COVID pandemic thing. It happened before that, and it was going on. even though when the people were actually having face-to-face meetings. But now this became very effective because everywhere things are happening virtually. So we provide you these many things uh, based on your requirements. Then promotions, as I already mentioned, we have different channels, official channels from IEEE where we promote your event. Once your event is over or it's enough, you give us the report because once we give you the fund, we want the report of your event. So once you give the report of your event, you will be giving some pictures and some whatever you add. We post them on the pages, and then you get the wide publicity of that. So you can get before also, you can get after also the publication of the event. So it depends on how you go. But definitely, we do based on the requirement and your demand. Application process, as I was telling, like how the we do the application thing. So first thing is you decide on the event and you decide on the speaker. Then you see how many days it will go and how many speakers are coming. Then you draft a tentative program. So that tentative program is a part of the application because in application you have to put which day what is happening. So you have to give in detail the tentative program. Then the estimated budget. So you have to see you are getting some funds from the registration, some funds from other sponsors, from your section, from your region, from your student branch. Then what is you expecting from us? So some remaining funds you are expecting from us. Then we see, okay, this much has been given by section, this much has been given by region. So we give you that matching fund appropriately. Sometimes we give you what you demand for, but it depends. I mean, I see, like we see, I mean, how effective your event and application is, and how much fund is generally you deserve. Then these are the process. Application you write, it's reviewed by your regional spikes coordinator. He gives comments to you or he gives comments to me. If there is something to be returned back to you, he will write some comments and that application is returned back to improve or to revise it again. If everything finds good, he has no comments, he will forward to me. Then I go through your application, I see what are the comments given by the artifact. Then I see like what is the indication of your application. Then I approve the fund, whatever is required. And the decision is made. And after the approval of the application, it takes like almost 1 month for the money to come to your section. And from the section, it comes to your student branch. So you have to decide your event accordingly, like when you are having the event and when you are giving the application. Mostly it happens that your fund, what you get after your event is over. So it's always better to apply appropriately so that you can get the funds before your event happens. So it all depends. It all depends. Yeah. So this is the brief of everything. So what I just mentioned here, it's like it's a SPICE is a part of student activities committee, and that committee is like from the IEEE MGS Act. It's like completely a professional body. We do not support the technical events. Then it's a student branch initiative. It should not come from any section or region. Then enhancing the professional growth of the student, building entrepreneurship and leadership qualities, bridging the gap between industry and academia. That is the main focus. What we provide are the speakers, virtual speakers, matching funds, reporting, and support from the regional coordinators, and even from the chair. Like we also help you in whatever aspects you are looking for. So this is the overall nutshell of the IEEE SPIX event. This event itself is a IEEE SPIX event, and it is also one of the event of the virtual speaker bureau as well. So you can give different votings to different bodies what they are looking for, but ultimately, like things are now collaborative. So it's not like only one department is handling one job. It is like so many people collaborate and things go on. So this is like what the nutshell I wanted to brief, and that's what for my today's presentation. And I would like to say thank you to all for being a patient listener, and I will be happy to take some questions if you have any. Yeah, thank you. Hello. Hello.
Thank you very much, sir. It was a very informative session. I'm sure that everyone else in the meeting feels the same way. If anyone has any question, kindly raise your hand so we can unmute you or type the question in the chat box along with your name and affiliation.
Anam, do you want me to stop sharing or shall I continue sharing the screen?
You can share the screen still.
Okay.
Question before that. Sir, there is a question about how to attend or we can how to organize spec.
I didn't get you. How to organize?
SPEC.
Hello.
Sir, there's a question that how to organize spec, that is student professional association that you have elaborated about.
Yeah. So how to organize means this is the whole step I just told you here. If you want to go ahead with the organizing, so this is the process. Like you have to decide on the event and the speaker. Like what event you want. You want a talk from any person from the Amazon, from Google, from Microsoft. Those speakers are available in our portal. Whomsoever you want, which company, which academic area, which university, then you interact with them. If you don't have any answer, you coordinate with us that you want to have this speaker on your university campus or virtually available. Then once it is decided, then you make a tentative program. Like this speaker is scheduled to come on 1st October. He is the speaker. He is giving talk on this. So we need a funding on this event, and we are from KIET section or whatever section you are from, the student branch you are there. And then while putting that application to us, we see that, and then we give you the funding for the organization. And funding basically is required for like memento of the speaker. Sometime earlier they were traveling, so we don't consider like a travel or something. We just give you the fund so that you can utilize in whatever way you want. So right now, since the things are going virtual, you can utilize that in giving the memento, or sometimes there is a hybrid, so you organize some, some refreshment or something. And there are so many things like require a fund for organizing such events. So that way you have to code everything in the budget sheet of the application of Spike, and then you can go ahead. You are good to go for that. But the only requirement what we see is like it should be a professional event and a speaker from industry or academy. So, so that you have to decide. That is your decision, and we help you in all the aspects. But the decision you have to make. So it's open to any student branch. Anybody can organize Spike event. It's not limited to anybody. Any student branch across the globe can do that. I hope I answered your question.
Thank you so much. And there's another question that how could we reduce the gap between students and industry? What is the major factor?
How we can reduce? Yeah, so we can reduce only through some aspects, as I told. Uh, industry is in their own world, right? And then academic people are also in their own world. They don't collaborate, they don't talk, they nothing. But ultimately, we want to go to the industry after we graduate, right? Industry also come to the campus to take the students to their company. But during your 4 years of engineering, there is no interaction, and that is the greatest challenge, because once you go to the industry or you want to go to the industry, they ask you this, you don't know, right? You said like I did my BTech, I did my engineering, and this was not being told. So that is not being told is not the fault of the university or your syllabus. That is there, you have to study, right? We also did the same thing, but we should not lose our focus from them also what is going on. So that opportunity comes when you are in your third year and you want to take up some mini project. For project, there is no limitation. Even though you are in your first year, second year, third year, fourth year, you can keep working on some parallel projects. And it is always good to take the projects which are the problem statements of the industry. And that you get to know when you interact with the industry people. How you interact with the industry people, that you do from such activities by inviting them, by bringing them on your on board to the campus, by inviting them to such hotels. Once you invite them, they talk to you. Like I am talking to you, right? So they will be also talking. You pose a question, then they give you email, they give you website. You can explore here, you can explore there. In their channel, IEEE KIET is there because they have visited your IEEE KIET. In IEEE KIET, database they are there because they came in. So like that way you develop a relation. And in the industry, nothing happens without a relationship. So this is how you go. And then if a point of factor of fraction of a thing also, you know that this is a problem statement of industry is looking for. So definitely the ball is in your court. You just take up as a project, as a part of the project work, you work upon it, and then you can simply collaborate or do something in that aspect. So this is how you bridge that gap. Directly, you cannot approach them directly, they won't also come to you. There is always a placement officer in your campus who collaborates on this, coordinates on this. So similarly, in IEEE, we have IEEE 5 who does that. Yeah, so I think I answered this question.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. We will now like to present a little something, a small token of appreciation for our esteemed speaker. On behalf of all the participants in our entire organizing body, we would like to thank you humbly for joining us today and giving us your time. It was an honor for us. Thank you so much. We would like to thank our participants for joining us today and showing their interest in our events. So thank you once again and goodbye for now. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Allah.